Hi everybody, my name is Spammals and welcome to Paradise Lost. I got some explaining to do before we jump into this, so buckle up. I first recorded this back on May 6th, 2021. I went into this expecting something and I kind of got something else entirely. You play as a boy called Szymon living in a post-apocalyptic world. You stumble upon a Nazi bunker. You go inside. Do you find what you're looking for? Wow. The original plan was to record this and put it out over multiple episodes, make it a big series. It was an interesting game, but I just didn't feel right chopping it up into pieces and kind of dragging it out over a longer experience. I just felt like I would disappoint people like that. The whole video has been edited. It is here in a single video from start to finish. It's an interesting game. It's an interesting story. It's a bit of a walking simulator. So long as you're okay with that, I think you might enjoy this. And with that, let's throw it back 2 years to the guy that recorded it without any more stalling. Let's begin. Welcome to the game, everybody! Nuclear winter! Or just snow. Put your tongue out and see what it tastes like. Stage 1, denial. Dang, that's loud. And, okay, we're in. We're straight in. I appreciate this. It looks wonderful. Unreal Engine 4 never disappoints. So the website said we played lighter, my friend, lighter. Oh, thank you very much. Website said we played a 12-year-old boy called Szymon.
I'm scared of the dark too. This is how we fight it. See? And now Mom is going to make it all warm and cozy, and you tidy up your toys, object?
I'm a wee baby in a crib.
Did I tell you how brave you are? Well, even if I did, I don't say it enough. You think I'm boring, But that's what being a mom is all about. Being boring. Time to sleep, little one. No matter how dark the night, the new day sun will rise. Pamiętaj o tym.
Roger that. Ah yes, the lighter mother showed me when I was a baby. Told me there and then a thing or two about setting fire to things. Is that a gun? Oh, it's a gun. It's a holdy thing. Hi. And cameras. The door's open, so that's fortunate. Oh, wow. Interact. Haponk. May 19th, 1960. I'm afraid morale is continuing to decline. Some of the men are getting restless. I suspect some of them have realized that their orbitobonants known as little as they do. I understand that our mission is top secret, but we are possibly the best equipped unit in the entire German army. Our purpose still remains a mystery to us. We are sat on a veritable mountain of rifles, mortars, grenades, missiles, Geiger counters, and state-of-the-art machinery that has never been tested. We even have a cutting-edge communication system, yet no sign of incoming transmissions. When will they take the fight to the enemy? When indeed, friend? When indeed? Well, given by the lack of power, heating, or people, I'm imagining something went frightfully wrong here, didn't it? Nazi number 1? Ba 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 ba. We're Nazi number 1. Okay, well, this is the room with the gun poking through it, I think. Yeah, right here. Anybody comes to knock on your front door? Blah, 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 blah. What's this? Surveillance report, April 16th, 1960. Location, Geiserschlaft. I was dispatched to level 00 at 942, Troll Hatch 061B, the northmost entrance to the shelter. Upon arrival at the shelter door, I observed as usual that nothing had changed. The door was sealed and I again encountered 0 trespassers. That concludes my daily report, which of course, no one ever bothers to read. Well, I just read it. If it's dark for you, You're sharing that sentiment with me. It's pretty dark. Ooh. Is light or is interaction? It is interaction, okay. Given how cold it is and how deep we are, this stuff doesn't really seem too frosty. Good job.
What was that?
Oh, Mama, it was nothing.
What happened? Is everything all right?
It's the rotor, Mom. It fell.
Is it broken? We can't fix the generator without it.
God, you scared me a little bit there.
Don't worry. We should have a spare one somewhere.
Oh, snap!
Mom? Who's this?
It's no one. Do you understand?
Are you strangling me? Did we break the only generator? She didn't seem happy that I found her photo. But take it back, there appears to be some power happening here. Get some lights on, hopefully. Or not. Zero interaction. Fantastic. I'm really intrigued. I think that so far, like, it's a well-dressed set, is it not? Are we in low power mode or something like that? Just kind of staying warm on the odd circuits. I assume that's me deep breathing? Generator room, why not? Got both big throw switches there, big old window. Right, let's go to the big light. Oh, the panel's down. Oh, that means I can pull switches. Ponk. Oh, dang! Oh, dang! Oh, dang! Are they train cars down there? They sure look like it. But now with the power back up, the elevator will now work. Yep. Push the button. And what's going through my head right now is, if we had to turn the power on to get this to work, but then, if the power goes out when I'm down there, how am I getting back up again? Yep, they're train cars. So, Nazi bunker looks fairly big and important. I say important because of, well, look at it. Oh, snap, the photo, 0400. So before we get too deep into it, I hope there are some sort of ghosts or monsters, some maybe experiments the Nazis left behind. I hope it's not just a walking simulator. Don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against those kind of games. There's some fantastic ones out there, but I don't know, with this, I would quite like it. But we shall see. Ooh. Oh, got some luggage. Dear Grandma, you won't believe who's on the train with me. Greta Mueller. You were just playing her record to me. She's so elegant. I wish I could talk to her. But she has her own car and no one's allowed inside. There's also a cartoonist from the newspaper you always read. He even drew a picture of the Führer for me. But I think he made Göring slimmer. Look slimmer, yes he did. And it's an honor to be on the same train as so many talented people. I am so sorry that I didn't get to say goodbye. They came when you were away and we were so impatient and rude. Nothing like I'd imagined they'd be, but at least they promised to deliver this goodbye letter. I hope it finds you well. I love you. I don't think they delivered the letter. Pickle. Yeah. Nazis not being the most friendliest of people. Who would have thought? So I'm guessing kind of like as the nukes began to fall from the sky, there was a rush to get underground. You know, time was against them and stuff like that. So these trains look a bit well-to-do, look fancy-pancy. So I imagine the creme de la creme of society were whisked away underground. It's all colonists. Oh, we're going to fall out here, apparently. You're advised that only one suitcase per person will be allowed in Gesellschaft, and all additional belongings will be disposed of upon arrival. This rule will be enforced by the SS Race and Settlement Main Office. Rule Shah. There will be no exceptions. What about Hitler? Can he have multiple bags? Try telling him no. He will not be happy. Bad joke. Okay, I don't want to investigate every tiny little thing. I do want to get the momentum going and see what's going to be happening with the storylines. Let's try and trot on and see what happens. Saying that, I want to poke everything. Hang on. Hap. Flashbang.
I'm leaving, do you hear me? And you're not going to stop me. I don't want to spend my whole life here. Mama? Mama, are you okay? Mamushu?
Oh, you ungrateful little turd. Your mama, her dying things of being heard were you going, I don't like you, I'm leaving. And meanwhile, she's like, dying. Ooh. She dead. Okay, well, we've made it in. We've read some letters. Looks like there's another control room up here. And also, there's the train. Train looks a bit business, doesn't it? Imagine a 1960s Nazi empire. what would that even look like? Like 1945 Nazi. You know, skulls and stuff on their emblems. 1960s, they do all tie-dye into a bit more loosey-goosey. Right, signal room. Put some throw switches here. Before I touch any of them. Stuff and things and more stuff. Dear Leopold, many times I prayed, please God, make me ignorant, make me blind to what is clearly in front of me. I am just a simple machinist doing what is asked of him. But in my heart, I always knew the day would come when I had to pray for all those years of looking the other way. What pains me even more is that now the day has finally come, and you are the one who must suffer the consequences, not me. Today, I lose a friend, and I can't help but wonder if it had to be this way. Maybe if I'd found the courage to question my orders, I'd have known this would be our final journey together. I salute you, my old friend. I am truly sorry that it had to end like this. Random letter, random place, talking about someone I randomly don't know. I guess it means to say people got separated, and seemingly half the party didn't seem to realize. No. Wait, are we actually going to drive the train down? All right, let's go, let's go. Maybe we'll just surf it down like a big old elevator surfboard. Oh, the train's name is Leopard. It was a goodbye letter to the freaking train. Why? It's a train. It's gonna be fine. It's still here. You know what? Nuclear Winter's looking fantastic on it. Leopards, whoever you are. Quite frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. I'm taking your elevator. I question how some of this stuff still functions. Being idle for so long, being so cold. How about... going down! Oh, yep, safety first. Close those barriers. Oh, speed and momentum, agility! What? Wait, are we outside? We are not outside. I think we're just inside a giant mountain that's been hollowed out on a massive scale. Just a guess. You know, in really tall buildings, you can get atmosphere. Many train cars down here. Right, well, let's make our way. We're looking for bunker 4, crawling in the snow underneath trains. Down you go! Hey, I'm a child. I'm 12 years old. I'm totally fine doing this. Wait, those cars don't seem so friendly. Looks like the Iron Giant up ahead. So from my understanding, this isn't like the world's longest game. I mean, I plan to...
Z tobą, błogosławionaś Ty między niewiastami, błogosławiony owoc żywota Twojego, Jezus. Święta Maryjo, Matko.
I don't know what that means. And yes, I plan to film this in one big old session, so hopefully it isn't too long. And so, with Mother kicked the bucket and with nothing to keep me here, I set off into the wilderness with nothing but a gas mask that I should be wearing. Mother would be so angry. Dang, you had a nice place. Why'd you want to come out here? Maybe if you take a better care of your mama, she'd be alive still. Ungrateful brat. Ooh, 01. We're making progress. We're getting somewhere. Climb, climb, climb. There we go. So, yeah, just again, in case you couldn't see it, 0104. He's gonna be the father, you know, and he's probably like a important scientist involved. Wow, let's move in there, shall we? Unless, like, this is just all part of the onboarding, all leading up to the special place. So we've got a red carpet and everything. This was clearly meant for special people. And these train cars, oh. Hey, it looks really cozy in here, who are you? Oh, the letter is the singer. It's Greta Folberg, whatever her name is. My dearest Anya and Bartek, while I was on the train, I couldn't stop thinking about your sad little faces. The tears you shed as we waved goodbye shattered your dear mother's heart. Just remember, this is not for my first tour, and you know I always rush home to you, my little bird. This time, I will be performing in a very special place, so you can expect an amazing gift when I return. Or even better, you can write me what your dream presents would be, and I will do everything in my power to make it happen. Anya, please remember to take care of your little brother. We will see each other in no time, love, Mummy. P.S. Remember, you can always play one of my records if you want to hear Mummy singing. Did you abandon your kids, knowing that this was your only chance of survival, and then just kind of lied to them saying, oh, going on tour, darlings, tour, so just say anything you like, I'll make it yours. Hi, this room sings to me. Oh, damn. I have leveled up and acquired syringe. Not taking it, apparently. I suppose I am 12. Do I need a ticket? I don't think I need a ticket. Oh, there's drawings of the train. I want to go inside. The ambience is rather fantastic. I'm in. Pokey pokey, stampy stampy. Entrance instructions in order to enter Gesellschaft. In order to enter Gesellschaft, follow these step-by-step instructions. Have your Ausweis ready. Form a line at the window. Give the clerk your Ausweis for stamping. Take your stamped identification and proceed to the entry point of the orderly fashions. Scan your stamped Ausweis at the entrance console. Your stamped Ausweis is your ticket to Gesellschaft. Beautiful language, beautiful language. Okay, so do I need to do that? Is this even a puzzle game? I legit don't know. I mean, I guess that's turn the power on, but then even walking simulators have a bit of power in their life. Oh, so I'm not gonna get through. Was it even powered up? Okay, well, I need to get through this gate somehow. Now, I could try and get my ass wipe stamped, but I'm not entirely sure that is actually the way forwards. A suitcase in the snow. Seductive. Maybe it's a transition. It is not! Letter of invitation. We are pleased to announce that thanks to your extraordinary achievements in the field of motherhood, you have been invited to join Gesellschaft. You, as well as other recipients of the Honor Cross of German Motherhood, recognized by the Bund Deutscher Modelle, are scheduled to join Gesellschaft on May 16. Please bring your asswipe with you. Roger, 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 roger. That's all I need. Let's go! Hop, hop, hop. Hop, hop. Papers, please! Patonk! Oh, that is stiff! But did it work? It sure did. Right, we're stamped. So make an ordinary line and go through the thing. Nice. Let's try this again. Padonk. Yeah, you do! Achievement unlocked! We're in, baby. Alright. Oh, there's no going back now, is there? Okay, magical elevator. Take me for a ride. Wow, this is fancy pants. Number 4! That's what the photo was! Oh, if you get... Yeah. Now you should have taken the stairs, shouldn't you, dum-dum? If we get stuck, you're dead! Just try every button. Thump it, bop it, twist it. Chapter 2, Anger. We've made it, everyone, to somewhere. Will the elevator car drop the second we turn around? Oh. Guess not. You can't trust elevators in horror games or... Wow, you got some VT rockets there. The origin of intercontinental ballistic rockets. Okay, number 2. Okay, let's get a little checkpoint, Wow. So I suppose this kind of facility is a all-in-one encompassing structure. Well, like, level 1, administration. Level 2, weapons and military defenses. We're in level 3, cheese taco sundae development labs. And then level 4, housing for population. Hello? Right, guidelines for Operation Submergence for the Führer's Eyes Only, Berlin, 1949. Since the Soviet Union remains our enemy, and it is uncertain how long the USA will maintain neutrality, our priorities must be produce large amounts of atomic weaponry, developing a method of deploying said weaponry at long distances. If we are unable to complete either of these points and do not destroy the righteous enemies, we must prepare for Plan B. That is, temporarily disabling the enemy with all available atomic weaponry, providing shelter to the vault, and preparing them for the final battle. Here are its core elements. Finish work on the Kroll intelligence program as quickly as possible. Build a network of radiation-proof bunkers suitable for 15 plus years of inhabitation. Prepare a tactical nuclear weapon. Prepare plans to evacuate the most valuable members of society. Once the enemy encroaches on Reich soil, evacuate said citizens to the bunkers. Attack the enemy with all available atomic weaponry, temporarily disabling them and safeguarding the area via radiation. Train a society of warriors in the bunkers who will be perfect to produce new weaponry. Return to the surface and defeat the enemy once and for all. I like the scorched earth approach. Like, oh no, Americans and British are coming. They have entered the Reich. Quick, get the radiation. That'll show them. See you in 15 years, suckers! You know, there's a V1 and V2 rocket. Well, there was actually a V3 rocket in production. It never saw full-scale production, usage, but the prototypes was there, and it was under construction, but I think it was like 1944, and it was like way too late. Things are looking a bit toasty out there. So we have an abandoned underground bunker with rockets in it. One of them's tipping over. Is it a literal bomb waiting to go boom? Oh, hi, they got TV in here. Oh, wait. Oh, snap. No, 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 bring it back! So somebody is watching. It's gonna be the guy in the photo. He's gonna be the one watching me. Like, yes, my son.
My son!
Display cabinets. A museum of diorama? What does that say? Comment section down below, tell me. Oh, that's a rocket? I want to say that's a rocket, or part of a rocket. That's what that says. There's some kind of funky sounds coming from this next room. I think it might be where I die. Flickering lights, Godzilla sounding sounds. I think the power generators are failing. Ooh! Oh. But what does it mean? I put it back apparently. Can I have that? Can I take it? Just take it. Just take it. Don't you want it? No? Okay, goodbye. Are you gonna open up or what? Fine, open up, see if I care. I'm not that interested. Huh? Hello, somebody help me. I know you're out there.
Yikes, that was loud.
What? Who's there?
Hey kid, calm down. There's no need to get upset.
I'm not a kid. What do you want?
Who says I want anything? You're the one that yelled. My ears are still ringing.
Who are you?
I came here to look for things to scavenge, just like you. I mean, that's why you're here, right?
That's right.
You can tell me.
No. I'm looking for someone.
I haven't seen anyone else here, but hey, I can help you with that. I'm in some sort of control center, so I've got a pretty good view of things. There are cameras, switches, and whatnot in here. I could help you find whoever it is you're looking for. What do you say?
Yeah, what do you want in return? There's always a but.
And what do you want in return?
Just a small favor. Somehow I got myself locked in here, so I just need you to find the control room and get me out. You help me and I help you. That is called a quid pro quo.
I know what it's called!
I know what it's called.
Alright. So, will you help me?
Listen, I haven't got a choice. If I say no, I won't. She's gonna be like, well, you come back here when you change your mind. You're not gonna get anywhere without me. So, let's just skip to the end. Yes.
I will help you. Tell me how.
So, I have this map and I think I figured it out. We are on level 2. Should be -2 if you ask me. Anyway, the room you're in is connected to a warehouse that leads to the forge. And that's where the control room should be.
And that's where you are.
That's right. Just come here and get me out before I completely lose my mind. Oh, as a gesture of goodwill, I'll even open the door for you. Voila!
Voila! Oh!
Oh, I guess I should get going.
Yep. Be careful out there. Did you want to say something?
You won't hurt me, right?
You won't hurt me, right?
I wasn't planning to, but now you mention it. Kidding. I'm not going anywhere, so if you see a microphone, you can say hi. Or whatever.
Or whatever. Do not trust her. Do not trust her. This is basically like that one game Close to the Sun, where there was that one Aubrey dude locked in a control room, and he's like, I will help you. As a gesture of goodwill, I will open a door that you must go through to get to me, but I'll masquerade it as me helping you. And then you get there, and it's like, now I am free. You. And then they go make trouble. Yeah. If she truly was stuck, and she see nobody else here, and she was as good as dead. So the fact that I'm here, she should be way more kind of excitable to see somebody like you.
This place is made of salt. I mean the cave, not the warehouse. I figured I would entertain you with some facts about this place. That might have been the only fact I know about this species. That's speakers all over the warehouse, so you will be hearing from me.
Super duper. Do you know ants don't breathe through their mouth, but they have holes all over their body, and they breathe in and then breathe out carbon dioxide from the same holes? That's a real fact. Come, Szymon. Mysterious voice lady will not harm you. Ministry of Armaments and Munitions, Directive of the Reclamation of Materials left behind after excavation. The first supplies available to colonists will be any metal, wood, or leather that can be salvaged from the trains used in Operation Undertaken Submergence. They should thus be thoroughly stripped and their materials refurbished and put to use immediately. All colonists are reminded that by the time it is abandoned, the bunker should have produced arms and munitions for at least 2 divisions. To the extent supplies and capacities allow, research and development work must also be undertaken on refining conventional arms and developing new weapons to ensure our victory. So when you get here, rip everything apart, make it into a big spear. Make sure it's like a HD spear with like surround sound and Wi-Fi. Rocket.
I think they keep in those containers. Nothing very useful if they are still unopened. Unless they never got a chance to open them. Maybe they didn't know how?
Maybe they didn't know how.
That couldn't be.
It's more likely that they ran out of time to do what they were doing there because something more pressing came around that ultimately led to their demise. I imagine those boxes are full of rocket parts for V2 rockets. Oh, there's a switch. Why are you giving me a switch?
Doesn't look like you're getting out of there so easily.
I think we're gonna like move the rocket towards the door and use an afterburner on it to like melt the door or something. Okay, we good? Are we good? Push the button.
What are you planning to do with that rocket?
Be quiet, I need to focus.
Oops. Watch out! It might blow up.
It won't blow up.
I mean, it might blow up. Oh, wrecking ball style!
Are you alright?
How did you know it wouldn't blow up?
I didn't.
So you risked my life?
Hey, I got you out of there, didn't I? Anyway, I don't see any cameras in there. So I'll meet you on the other side.
I mean, she's not wrong. She did help out. I didn't get to pull the switch. I imagine it wouldn't have worked even if I tried. Well, we know she's crazy. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Train cars! I've legit been inside a Nazi bunker. Admittedly, it was only a hospital kind of bunker, and it wasn't really finished. There's nothing really in there. It's just tunnels upon tunnels. But knowing it was built by Nazis, terrifying. Keep it spinning! Bring it back this way then! Chonk. There you go, there you go. And then one more time. Yeah. I get kind of creeped out having large objects moving kind of fast on their own, like from a stationary to in your face. Like that kind of creeps me out. Looks like a fight broke out. Shells everywhere. Wall panels missing. Did somebody get into this bunker? An undesirable? Or is this like a Bioshock situation where like this utopia just didn't work out? People went stir crazy. And I suppose one person escaped because they left the front door open that I came in via. Hop, hop. They sure do love their eagles, don't they? Oh, there's a ladder. Right, let's go for a climb. So, door controls. Ah.
The lieutenant's dead. There's only a handful of us left alive, while plenty of Germans are still scattered all over the place.
We'll get them.
I know we will. I just know that there's a more efficient way of doing it.
Efficient? You're starting to sound like that.
I sound like a scientist who doesn't want unnecessary bloodshed.
So, what are you suggesting as a scientist?
I'm suggesting we turn on that computer and use it against them like we did before.
No! Out of the question.
Think about it. It can scan the area and find all of them for us.
I said no. We will no longer use their technology. You disconnected it yourself. You know what it requires to operate. How are we different from them if we can live with those consequences?
It is too late to help them anyway, and without it, it will take us weeks to find the Nazis.
Let it take months. Do not bring this up again. That's an order.
Must I remind you, I'm the reason we found this place? Who are you to order anything?
I'm first in command now.
I'm the captain now. Right, so resistance fighters infiltrated this place. Nazi machine technology thing that can find certain people, but to use it comes at a great sacrifice, a great cost. Something they're unwilling to do. Huh.
Pull yourself together. Pull yourself together. No, I can't do it. Fuck. No one ever shot at me before. Few ounces of lead. A few thousand feet per second. I won't even notice. I won't even notice. A man shoots, the Lord carries the bullet. Let it be.
You're a murderer.
I'm here. This is the right room, isn't it?
Are you not gonna talk to me? Oh. What if the lady doesn't exist and I'm speaking to the mainframe, I'm speaking to the machine, and the machine is like in a shutdown state? Kind of. It's kind of like on screensaver mode, you know?
Oh, child, help me, child. If you just help me, I'm locked in the engine room. Oh, my God.
Turn on the power, and it's like,
I'm alive! Screw you!
That's just a theory. Before I touch anything, quick little look around. Quick little look around. I think I'm gonna need this, but I can't touch it yet. Hop up.
Hey, where are you?
What do you mean? I'm still here waiting for you.
I'm in the room you told me to go to.
What? That's impossible.
You must be in a different room then.
Sorry, I didn't know. I didn't mean to send you on a wild goose chase.
That's okay. We all make mistakes.
You're kind. I really thought it was here. It really means a lot that you trusted me. I'm sorry I disappointed you. The truth is, I don't know what's happening to me. I've been locked in here for I don't know how long, and I'm getting really scared. I guess what I'm trying to say is that you are my only hope.
Hope isn't going to help me find a way.
You're right.
This machine requires a vessel to operate.
Yes, I got it. It says here, you're in a control room, right? So you're probably talking through an EVE console.
I guess.
That machine has control over the entire area. We should be able to get access to the maps, doors, shafts, everything.
But the screen says it needs a memory tube.
Huh. I wonder what that's for. See if you can find one lying around.
I know where it is.
I'm looking it up right now. It says here that the memory tubes have something to do with the oversight system for the whole bunker. They recorded events back when the system was still working.
Nothing bad can come from this, but let's see what happens. Let's power up GLaDOS. Nazi GLaDOS. Oh god, the ultimate form of GLaDOS.
Ow, 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 ow. Hello, you monster. You tried to kill me. So I became a Nazi. You did not see that coming, did you? You monster.
And in it goes. Restoring last failure reports. Bunker. Yep. Recording of the last thing. Performing security scans and authorized personnel detected. Scanning stuff. Weapons. Threat level critical. Policy set to military. Oh. Infiltrated disarmament crucial. Civilian evacuation recommended. Possible evacuation routes. I didn't get to pick! Failure. Switch hosts. Okay. This machine is scaring me. That guy's deceased.
I told you, not in front of her.
He reached for his gun. What was I supposed to do?
Okay, let's see what we can do about this machine.
Hurry.
Speaker identified.
It knows we're breaking in. Sometimes it takes a moment. Let me try that again.
Didn't you say you've done this before?
I have.
Manual override attempts detected. Failed. Manual override attempt detected. Successful. Scanning records of Polish scientists. Collaborating with
Those people upstairs.
Just give me a moment.
So the AI in the computer is like working out who these people are breaking in.
This is incredible.
They're matching results.
What?
This machine, the things it can do. A day-night cycle. Agriculture systems. Air filtration.
Don't get used to those. We shut this thing down as soon as we help our people. So, focus.
I reckon that lady is the lady I've been speaking to. I think the guy sacrificed her.
It's an all-out war out there.
We need to do something.
The protocol won't let me.
Then change the fucking protocol.
We could do that.
Access and security protocols, view security mainframe, revert security frameworks, change authorization needed. Protocol change authorized, intruder build-up detected, location forge, fortifications detected, possibility of heavy casualties, analyze the strategic outcome.
I'm not doing anything. It's the machine. Look,
The machine's letting them in on purpose.
What's it doing?
Strategy outcome analysis complete.
but
what?
there's no reduction.
All out offensive, deploy all troops to forge, casualty rate 81%, success rate 9%, and diversion, closed ventilation, and overheats. Oh jeez. Do I want guards and guns, or do I want to suffocate? I guess this one.
It's done.
How long is it going to take before...
That was pretty horrific.
Yeah. It's like the bunker was trying to defend itself.
By any means necessary. I guess that's all war really is in the end. People killing each other in desperation. Did it end?
Did what end?
The war. Did the war end?
I think so. I don't really know.
Yeah, no one tells me anything either. So, what was it like where you came from?
The world was lifeless!
There's no one out there. Everything is dead.
That's sad to hear.
So, what do we do now?
Now, I have access to the control system in this area, and I can let you out of this room. I'll study the map and try to find the central control room. Go straight through the forge. There should be a passage down there.
I don't know if this is supposed to be a plot twist later, but I think it's very clear at this point I am talking to the mainframe. The mainframe is not sensing me as a threat because I'm a 12-year-old boy who's been nice, and it will ultimately help me escape this place while maybe also protecting me from another enemy. I don't know. I don't know. Going down. Ah, boop. Yep. The forge. Well, at least it's not freezing down here. That's something to be happy about. Back up.
So this is where all the trains were supposed to go.
I guess? What is this? Push the button!
It's a dead end.
What?
There's no way to keep going.
According to my map, there should be a pipe there. It leads directly to the living area. Can't you see it?
So? You expect me to jump?
Listen, I wouldn't have let you here if I didn't think you could do it.
How'd you help me somehow?
Help me somehow?
Sorry, there's nothing else I can do.
Oh no, there is nothing.
Once. I just need you to trust me again.
There is nothing I can do. You must jump.
There's a small reservoir at the end that should soften your landing. At least there should be.
I'm scared.
I know you are. You said the world outside is lifeless, right?
So what?
So even though it's an empty, unforgiving place, you survived. You are a fighter. You can do it.
What will happen if I don't jump?
Have you ever felt helpless?
Yep.
Like you have no control over the things going on around you? Like you have to just accept whatever happens next? No matter how painful it is? Things don't have to be like that this time. You're in control now. So, to answer your question, if you don't jump, there's a chance you'll end up asking yourself, what if? And that's an awful feeling.
Okay, I will do it.
Okay.
I'll jump.
I'll do it.
Everything's going to be alright, trust me.
Everything is okay.
You can swim, right?
Oh, now you're asking me that part. Right. Chapter 3, bargaining. Isn't this like the stages of death? Ah, bloop. Fatbergs! Frozen fatbergs! Lick it! Lick it! Mate, someone took a turd in the toilet and didn't flush. Disgusting! It's the stages of death, right? And it's like, it was in The Simpsons where Homer eats a puffish, a blowfish. The thing's gonna die. A hatred, anger, bargaining, blame, guilt, and an acceptance. Stuff like that. Right. Oh, number 3, everybody. Number 3. Oh, what were we? King of the going downs. King of the going downs. The lady and the man. But the lady was my mom, and my ma died out in the house. So that's not the lady we're talking to. Unless the lady we're talking to is my ma, but only the voice of my ma. But then if she was the voice of my ma, then my boy, being myself, would know the voice of my ma when I'm talking to it. Unless it's a younger version of the voice of my ma. But then again, I would still notice. Life preservers and a deck chair. Why? Is there a beach coming up? What? They legit made a beach. I'm deep underground, and they're trying to make it feel like real life. It makes you wonder if there is stuff like this out there somewhere. Like some crazy eccentric billionaire's done this without telling anybody. But the real question is, do they got pirate ships? Because if you ain't got pirate ships, then what's the point having a beach, huh? Got the beach showers, we got towels. A very ooh-la-la first-class experience up here on level 3. Level 1, onboarding, level 2, the forge, level 3, a beach house. Where fine arts. When we first get here, we must melt down everything and make weapons. Ah, mate, I'm building a freaking monument. That is a gun. Looks like they're gonna shoot themselves in the face. I've been living in that small little house with my mother, and the whole time I could have just come here, hanging out here. I mean, if you can work out some food situation itch, you're gonna be just fine.
Is anyone here?
A door opened. I swear I heard a squeaky door open. Order number 210. Effective immediately. All of the cameras in the compound are to be disabled until the debugging of each room takes place. All the communications that pertain to matters of production, strategy, food distribution, future plans, etc. is to be conducted through written messages for the time being. Assume that all your conversations are being monitored. He's listening. Dominica. I think there's an audio cassette. There is indeed. Let's have a listen.
It always amazes me how short your memories are. I walk these corridors day after day and hear the growing whispers. What if he's right? Maybe he has a point. What if, what if? Let me remind those who have forgotten. When the Battle of the Bunker ended, we went looking for German civilian survivors. None were found alive. Must I remind you why? Because the bunker's machinery had removed them from the battlefield so they wouldn't interfere with the counter-attack, only to suffocate them in one of the unventilated hangars. Is this the kind of effectiveness we're looking for? Is that the value we put on human life? I will say it once more. No! I will never allow these machines to be turned on again.
Dang! So the machine is so freaking clever, it could separate the Nazis from the Germans. And then the Battle of the Bunker happened, and of course all the Nazis were battling. All those who didn't toe the line with the Nazis, the machine is like, come this way, civilian, we shall protect you in the lovely room down here. Hey machine, where's the oxygen? Don't worry about oxygen. And then murdered them. Okay. So that's why nobody survives, but what about the winners of the battle for the bunker? The person on the audio cassette, what happened to them? Did the machine... Obviously the machine got turned back on again, and the machine kind of finished them off, maybe? And now here I am. Up, up. Battle of the bunker, I like it. It's like an alpine ski lodge kind of hotel. Gonna check on in. Bling, bling. Oh, button.
Hello, can you hear me? It's not working. I need to find a control room.
Control room, you say? What this? What this? Please don't leave. I know that others were considering leaving. I just never realized you were one of them. If you go, Dominica won't let us see each other ever again. You know that she doesn't allow any of his followers to interact with us. Is his superstitious gibberish more important to you than me? Yes. And then the cult rolled on. Oh, bless. Oh. And Teddy Bear's back. Battle for the bunker, aside. Suffocating all the civilians, aside. One massive, really massive thing missing in this conundrum. Where are all the bodies? Did a janitor just come and sweep it all up afterwards? Oh, the murder happened again. Thought it happened only on Wednesdays. I'll have this cleaned up, don't you worry. Big old double doors, looks important. Hadouken! Well, game saved, so must be somewhat important. There's gonna be a secret door back there. What is this? Order request. I'm writing to you again to request permission to use the Nazi technology. People are starving. We can't continue to live in the dark like this. How many more women have to suffer miscarriages before you see things clearly? I will write to you every single day until you realize that there is no other way. Oh, the pressure was mounting to turn on that machinery again, and once it did turn back on again, off with their heads. There's a red wire in the wall. Ah, control room. Bloop.
What was that?
Sorry, I'll leave it alone. But a door opened, I believe. But where did it open? I heard a sound. It's the lady from the train, Greta Thunberg, whatever her name is. Oh, it's her R-swipe card. Oh, well, that was... Okay, so we just opened that hole up, I think. That's the sound we heard, was that uncovering, I think. Cool beans. Okay, so I've checked all the rooms up here. We did push that one button, so I'm going to go downstairs on the off chance it did actually do something. Oh, wait. I take that back. There's mysterious things happening here. Locked. Unlocked.
It must be a key to the locked doors.
We got a key card! I was looking for freaking ages, and there it was, in the drawer in that one room. Now, we got the locked door downstairs, with the double locked door up here. So I guess, try these. Although, it's got a blue symbol, and these are red symbols. I don't think it's going to work on them, but we can try. Yes. Touch it. Oh! I'll take that back. Show me what's inside! A donk. Oh. I ordered a cassette. Tell me a story.
Processing power is at least 50,000 times greater than that of the American's ENIAC. Its construction employs newly discovered methods of neural communication, sustained by faint electrical impulses and the activation of normally unused parts of the Gehirns. What's Gehirns? Gehirn. Here it is. Gehirn. That can't be.
It requires human stuff. Human sacrifice, human parts, human body parts, human dooman snooman pooman. Dominica, fine, I will leave. Anyone who wants to join me is welcome to do so. But to those who choose to stay, I ask, where do you draw the line? You are happy to reap the rewards, but unwilling to pay the proper respects. You ignore the divine powers that gave you these luxuries. If you decide to bow your heads to the gods that made this all possible, come with me. Oh, Lucian and Dominica went ways. Lucian wanted to use the technology, and it sounds like he's going to. And Dominica, well. So let's say Lucian is the man in the photograph, and he continues to do things. Dominica, knowing nothing good can come from this, leaves this place and has me as a baby child. Live long and prosper. It's a theory. It's a theory. What's in here? Have a... It's a control room. Oh, this terminal looks very familiar. Wait, that buzzing does my head in there. All right, let's have a chat. Let's have a chat. System, restoring last fail points, unknown, fiddle still operational. Host 1, host 0. Oh, here we go. Check-in processing. Oh, geez. Critical. Bunker functionality is limited. System status unstable. Manual override detected. Authorization granted. User Locrian. Enable audio monitoring. Play audio channel 77.
Okay, let's see if bidirectional communication is working.
Enabling speaker functionality failed.
Not. We'll have to find a workaround. What if...
Enabling interaction command successful.
I know it's not ideal, but given the circumstances, this will have to do for now. I'd like you to press the button, if you can hear me.
Why am I pressing the button?
Dobrze. Let's try another experiment, shall we?
Enabling agricultural systems failed.
This won't be straightforward. There's some sort of safeguard blocking my input. Now, this makes no sense. Why build a huge machine with this much computing power and then make it impossible for the operator to use it? Unless it doesn't want me to make any changes.
Transfer an admin privilege to host successful.
I just tried to access the part of the system. Can you enable it?
Right.
That's it. It worked. Okay, let's not waste any more time. You always said you wanted your own garden someday.
Okay.
What do you feel like planting?
Wheat. Water amounts. All of the water. Just more water than you need.
We must be careful not to overwater the crops.
Well, you should have thought of that before asking me, who knows nothing about anything. Harvesting process, normal, automatic, manual, or... Okay.
What's happening? We must have initiated the automated calibration cycle. It's overloading the system.
Electrical power distribution, street lighting underneath.
Remember, we prepared for this.
The host is dying, 23% critical. It's going down.
We need to disable some of these processes before... You have to authorize its change. I can only request them for you.
Okay.
Now, disable them as quickly as possible.
Disable.
That's it. Now for the next one.
Day night cycle disable.
You're doing great.
Just gonna spam left click here because that's all I can do. Disable everything.
It's no use.
Communication systems disabled. Medical disabled. Warning, system overload critical.
That's it. We're turning it off.
Enabling shutdown. Shutdown non-available during calibration cycle. Enabling shutdown. Shutdown not available during calibration cycle. Host is at 13%. Let her go. Host disconnected.
Is that you? Say something.
He turned it on.
Let her go. She's the host.
What are you talking about?
That machine, he turned it on. I don't think he's supposed to do that.
Who cares? I haven't heard from you since that jump. Do you know how worried I was? Are you alright? Well...
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Then why didn't you say so? Where are you? I haven't seen you on my monitors.
Lucian used to live here.
The man you've been looking for. Wait, so you found the living quarters. Good. According to my map, they are on level 3.
They sure
I'll try
are.
to find you with the cameras.
Please
I don't
don't.
want to lose sight of you anymore.
I wish you would.
Understand?
Yeah,
we need
sure.
to stay focused, okay?
Yeah.
Please
Focus.
tell me.
Okay.
Okay, well, with the power up and running, the front door should be available. So let's have a look and see where it's going to take us. Hop up.
My name is Szymon.
Nice to meet you, Szymon. I'm sorry if I came across as cold before.
Everything's cold.
I realized how selfish it was of me to expect you to make that stupid jump. My first thought was to scream out your name to stop you, but then I realized that I don't even know what it is. So, I'm sorry. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
It's okay. You're a machine.
Everything is fine.
Everything is okay.
And then we'll figure this all out.
Thank you, Szymon.
That got damn quiet real quick. Here goes nothing. Dang! So pretty! This floor.
Are you there? According to my map, this is the luxurious part of the bunker. But I can't see anything. Most of the cameras have been disabled. I'd love to see how the German elites lived. I bet it's glamorous. Is this thing even on?
Ooh, the clothes. Oh, the majesty. Oh, the monies. Silks, precious garments. Yes, yes. What does this say? To the settlement office. I am looking at the dietary recommendations for the biocomponents created by the settlement officer, Miss Sybelind Huber. I found this part particularly amusing. Brain development is highly dependent on the central unsaturated fatty acids. A natural source of ether is fish, seafood, or seaweed such as algae. Does Miss Sybelind Huber realize that her recommendations are laughable? If not, could you please give her that message? Darling, I see you trying to use that brain, but it's laughable. Fish in this economy, in this climate. Get out of here. It's laughable. Are you being serious? I heard a voice. Wait, elevator. Sparks. Yeah, well, that's no good for me. That's no good for me. Ponk, ponk, ponk. A letter. Dear all, when they cheated us during the food distribution, that should have been the last straw. I was naive to think that they could still be reasoned with. I don't think anyone has any more doubts. We strike at noon. Remember, these people no longer resemble the people you once knew. He's brainwashed them. Don't pity them. They wouldn't afford you the same kindness. Oh. It's a war cry. It's a call to arms. It's a coup. It's my robotic friend.
Hey, I was getting lonely, so I figured I'd call you. I hope you don't mind.
Are you my girlfriend now or something?
Did you say your name was Eva?
Yes, that's right.
So you have the same name as that thing?
Could you please not compare me to a lifeless machine? Besides, Eva is spelled E-W-A, not E-V-E. I thought we agreed to trust each other.
I do trust you.
I do trust you, I'm sorry.
I have an idea. Each of us says something about themselves. Something personal. I'll start. I was born in Krakow, but I spent most of my life living in a small village in the mountains. My dad is sort of a pastor. I was always really impressed by how he managed to inspire his people. But I never got to meet my mom. Your turn. Remember something personal.
I think the man in the picture is my father. I have a slingshot at home that I really like. My mom passed away.
My mom passed away recently.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And now you're looking for the man in the picture. Did he know your mom?
I think so.
I understand now. Thank you for telling me that. It couldn't have been easy.
I should keep going.
Right. Thanks for the chat, Szymon. Talk to you later.
I didn't once mention I was looking for the man in the picture. I said I was here looking for somebody. I made no reference of a man in a picture, nor did I show the picture. So I think she knows a thing or two about me that she shouldn't know. I need to be nice to her. We gotta work together. Because quite frankly, she could just shut down all the doors around me. Like, ha 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 ha. You're never gonna go because I'm lonely and you're the only thing that talks back to me. So let's be friends with the crazy robot lady until I can find my Daddy Faja. And then Daddy Faja and Szymon are gonna skedaddle out of this place, and then she'd be like, wait a second, that's illegal, and then we have a big boss battle with her, and then Portal 3 happens. Hi, I've been stuck for ages, walking around in circles trying to find out where I'm meant to go. Came back to this room here with the odd machiney thing there that I spoke to the lady Eva on, and pow, there's a corridor here that I didn't notice. So we're going down here. Let's see where it goes. Pardonk. Not so fancy pants like downstairs, is it? This is very much behind the scenes where the grunts work away from the prying eyes of high society well-to-do peoples. Pardonk. Ah, memory core. So we're gonna have a machine coming up at some point. That's closed. Ah! Another machine. Slap it inside. And that too. There you go. Who's a clever sausage?
Sure, just give me a second to find you on the monitors.
I found another Eve memory tube.
We don't need to play it. The system doesn't seem to require it.
What if I want to?
Why would you want to? Has
Why indeed?
Come from digging up the past? So far, it's all been stories of destruction and betrayal.
I found the man I'm looking for in one of these recordings.
I'd rather you didn't waste our time with another memory tube.
Our time.
In my opinion, do what you want.
I want to do it. I'm here on my own accord. Screw you.
I want to play it.
I can't stop you, can I?
No. Literally can't. Restoring last Freddy reports. Oh, host is now 77%. Scanning surface radiation levels. Uninhabitable.
We should be able to leave the bunker in a couple of months.
Oh, really?
That is, if we choose. Huh?
An incoming call from Dominica.
Lucian, we need to talk.
Well, there certainly is a surprise. To what do I owe the pleasure, Dominica?
I want to negotiate.
No. As I've already told you, the situation is simple. We split the food 3 ways. You get a third, we get a third, and the rest will be given as an offering to the gods.
What?
If it weren't for their guidance, we wouldn't have found the food to begin with.
Gods don't need food!
Pay our respects.
Fine.
Fine.
We'll split the food 3 ways, but on one condition. You take down those turrets.
Turrets, you say?
Eventually. If you keep your end of the bargain for the next 2 months, then I'll agree to remove them. Think of it as a grace period.
If you want production to continue, then you need to take them down. Now.
The thing is, Dominica, I need you less than you might think. Come back when you've come to your senses.
Wow.
Wait. Let's not make any hasty decisions. I'm sure we can come to an understanding, Lucian.
Security breach detected. Muted channel. Turrets deactivated.
She tricked us. I don't know what you're...
You'll find out soon enough. But I can promise this won't end well for you.
Find her.
Warrant request received for Dominica.
Get those turrets back online quickly.
Activating security turrets.
Show me the map.
Located inhabitants.
They're already underway. They mustn't get across the bridge, do you understand? Hold them back.
Do I have to enable traffic control? Apparently I do. Clicking, let's go. Close gates. That. Warning. Blunt weapons detected. Threat levels high. Not blunt weapons. Close the gates quickly.
We have to blow it up. We have to blow up the bridge, do you understand? There is no other way. If we don't, all of this will have been for nothing.
Activating security turret successful.
Authorize the use of lethal force. Make sure no one's on the bridge when it explodes.
Evaluation in progress. Warning, there are 14 civilians in line of fire. Use the force. Not authorized. Do not fire.
What have you done? You still don't understand how any of this works, do you?
Nope. Colonist detected 43. Threat level. Manual detected.
I didn't want any of
Well, it's on you at least, my friend. It's not me. Arming explosives. Warning, Eve console may be damaged.
Made me do this.
I'm a machine! Detonation in 3, 2, 1, boom! Boom! So many dead people! Let's go this way, because there's a circle on the door. Means I can go. Am I gonna see the destroyed bridge? Ah, the bridge! I mean, with the turrets back online, did you have to blow the bridge up? They only had blunt weapons. What they gonna do, like, hit the bullets back at the turrets? There's a train line. Choo-choo. Just seamlessly clipping through the gates. Amazing. Game saving. Well, clearly this was a bridge too far. It's a film and a war joke. Yay. There's no going back from this. I mean, the blast killed people. I don't know where the turrets be right now, but I mean, I can still cross the bridge.
Hey, boy.
Boy? Who you calling boy? I suppose I am a boy. He's not wrong. Now, is it gonna collapse and I fall down and have to make a long way around? Or am I actually gonna make it all the way across? There's a gun. I guess the gun ran out of ammo. How did it run out of ammo? It killed everybody in its way. Without anything to trigger it, it should still have ammo. Unless somebody came and took the ammo out, but then why is it still turned on? Yes, yes, yes. So what happens now? That is just awkward. How does that... That's not how tracks work. You're gonna derail that car. What? So, like the boy said, I think the guy in the photo is my father. Well, at least we didn't say it, but I had the option to say it. So I think at this point, the cards are on the table. That's more or less guaranteed. Just like how Iwa, not Eve, but Iwa, is most definitely the host inside the machine. So, with that being a given, what's the twist going to be? If the twist was going to be, aha, I was a robot the whole time, and like, called it hours ago. So, if that's obvious, what is the less obvious explanation, ending, conclusion to all that is happening? Oh. Okay, and then closed all the gates, and then up, no, up again, up. That opens a door. Talk to me, robot lady! Up.
Can you see this?
No, where are you?
It looks like a food processing factory.
I can't...
Yeah, your mic's a bit broken. Letter time! Transcription of an automatic recording triggered by detection of the keyword GOAT via the intercom system. Zofia Nabagolawala. That goat. There is something odd about it. What do you mean odd? Had horns, a tail, a goat like any other. Did you see what it did? Goat thing stupid around. Exactly. Stood in the grass and didn't even take a bite. Maybe it wasn't hungry. Have you ever seen a goat that wasn't hungry? That's like a calf with two heads. Don't you remember how the 43-inch lads? Goats ate all of the grass in the yard, then ate your belt too. And you had to trust your trousers up with twine. Don't act like you don't know goats never stop eating. I'm telling you, something's up with that goat, right? Well, it's a miracle goat. Maybe miracle goats are more popular or particular about what they eat. You old fool. You'd believe anything if some pretty young thing lifted her skirt for you. You'd think it was a true love and not the 6 pounds of dried meat in the ladder. Just, yeah, suspicious goat is indeed suspicious. What do you want from me? Thank you for opening the gate, whoever did that. So that way is not gonna happen. Wait, oh, they're goat pens. Can I drop down? Oh, go on. Ah! Yep, deaf! Noise! Help me! Oh, stop the machine! Stop the machine! Stop, please, the machine!
That's it.
Stop the machine! Thank you. Those are horrible grindery things. Like, once they've got you, there's no letting go. It'll just grip and then grip and then grip and then rip. We survived for now. GG's on not murdering me, Iwa. GG's. Push the button. Eva?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
I thought I was going to die. I need to tell you something.
Tell me something. Someone, can you?
You saved my life, and not just now. When my mom passed away, I didn't think I could carry on alone. There was no one, nothing left for me to live for. I tried looking for Lucian because I needed someone to be there for me. And that someone was you, not him. I have a goal now. I'm going to find you.
Ah, blesses. That's missing the core. Screw my daddy Vasha. I would like lady, because I am boy now, but someday I will not be boy, and you and I can repopulate society, but until then, we can play Pokemon cards together. Stenographic record. Request letter. According to the settlement office, we are to be supplied with 200 tons of spelt no later than 1960. Though such delivery has been made thus far, this is an urgent matter. I expect a prompt response. The response. Your request has been noted. A delay due to the unfathomable stupidity of Polish bandits. They wanted to blow up the SS outpost, but their explosives exploded prematurely, destroying a nearby storage facility that was holding spelt meant for Zundorf. We would supply you with spelt as soon as possible. Damned bandits! Okay, never mind. That's fine. We'll make do with what we make do. How about... I'm not sure I like that door system. I like how it's kind of got that amnesia sense of like, I'm opening the door, but like, I should just hold left click immediately and not have this little mini game behind it. Well, we're in the Botanical Gardens now. We've gone from meat to wheat, I guess. I don't know. Plants. Oh, tomatoes, I think. Or bell peppers. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a botanist. Chapter 4. Depression. Well, I say. Our story continues and we've made it! Look at this, number 4!
Level 4. This is where the labs are supposed to be.
I knew you'd make it.
Eva?
Yes, I'm here if you need me.
I need you! Sounds like a security field. Am I safe to pass through it? Not gonna get destroyed? Okay, so far so good.
I don't see a microphone. How are you hearing me?
I don't know.
You've become one with the building. Attention, Chief Commander of Military Colonies, top secret of the civilian commandant. A. Demonstrates incompetence, endangers the completion of the EVE project, leads the colony into disarray, or places its continued existence in danger, fails to meet production quotas for 3 consecutive months, or B. Exhibits signs of incapacity, mental or physical illness rendering him incapable of performing his duties. He must be eliminated and a replacement chosen. Our Hitler. Dang, that's some pressure there to hit your quotas. So here's the thing, like, Nazi Germany, they're cray-cray, right? They would try everything and anything. Hitler had a fantastical side to him, and he would try anything no matter how kind of crazy it may seem or sound. So the idea that even now, in reality, in real life, there may still be a bunker somewhere out there. I know that sounds crazy, but we're still finding things on the bottom of the ocean, you know? Like, just imagine if there was a bunker, and it was just filled with fantasy weaponry that didn't get mass-produced, but they did discover. Like, I'm really going off track here. Yes. We have a key. Take the key.
How are you talking through this?
It's a microphone.
It looks like a portable camera.
That's so cool. Now I'll be able to see everything you see.
Can you open the gate for me?
Yeah, I can, but I need its serial number. Try looking for an electrical panel connected to it.
Sure, I will.
The electrical panel should be connected to the door.
Yeah, about that. There's an elevator shaft. Minus the elevator.
I think it's the same one that you took before. If it hadn't broken down, I might never have found you.
From the start of the game, yeah, we got stuck in an elevator. It's literally right up there. Dang, we really took the long way around. Serial number, bah!
Hold still. I have to type it in.
Type it in, yeah, with your mechanical arms.
We're unstoppable.
We are unstoppable. Kind of makes you wonder, how is it so easy? I mean, this is the door closed. This is the baddest, most insane of all of the complexes.
I heard everything you said down there in that food processing place.
Oh.
I just wanted to tell you that I understand. I know what it's like to be left alone. Things stop making sense, everything's hopeless, but you have to keep going. Especially now, when we are so close. The control room is somewhere on this level.
Sure, somewhere on this level.
It's incredible. How deep underground are we?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's not the way.
Oh, dang. This way, there's fencing. He's getting so attached to her, and he's gonna go, wait a second, your computer, I'm out of here. Where's my father? And then she's gonna be like, you betrayed me.
It looks more like a prison to me.
So this is where they kept the criminals.
I don't seem to have any control over this place. Its core architecture is much older than anything else around here. It's not even connected to the mainframe.
It's what?
Nothing. Forget about it.
Whenever someone says, nothing, forget about it, it means they made a slip of the tongue. The only reason she would have no control over this area is if it would be system critical to containing her physical presence. Otherwise, she could just remove herself as a specimen, right? 103. There's kind of condensation building up in there. Oh. So wait, is that... They don't do this design anymore, but there used to be a prison design, an earlier one, where the guard was literally in the center and all the prison cells were just around the outside of a circle, so that no matter where the guard kind of is, he can see everything around him. The idea for the prisoner of being like, you never know if they are or they are not looking at you, but it's also a terrible design, and that's why they no longer do that. And you know, technology kind of stepped up their game. I'm gonna need a keycard. Oh, there's a message on the door. Gone to get donuts. Nope.
They needed permission to go downstairs. They were issued a one-use punch card for good behavior. So, if we want to go downstairs, we'll have to find an unused punch card. Try opening up the cells.
Roger that. Honk! Okay, throw the lever. Wrong lever!
Let's grab the punch card and get out of here.
Indeed.
Prisoners who were kept here were all fertile women.
Why?
I don't know.
As a specialist in the field of dentistry, I'd like to turn your attention to the teeth-related aspects of your program. Research has shown over 90% of Polish women suffer from tooth decay and other dental diseases, negatively affecting their reproductive capability. Dental diseases delay the onset of pregnancy and are significant factors in miscarriages and low birth weights. Oral hygiene must be meticulously maintained during pregnancy. Bile spat up during morning sickness destroys enamel. Women must rinse their mouths with water after each exposure. I suggest each woman admitted to the program undergoes full dental treatment before being sent to the farm. I don't know if there's any truth in that or not. We've opened up all of the cells. So we're in search of an unused punch card. How soon will we find it? What's this?
Look, this one hasn't been used at all.
Wow, that was quick.
The women here were only allowed to go downstairs a couple of times. And this woman never even used her pass.
I wonder what happened to her so that she didn't want to use the pass. Okay, well, we will find out.
Those paintings.
Read about them.
My mom used to draw something like that.
It's probably just a coincidence.
Just a coincidence. I think this was my mum's prison cell. Dear Schlauer, I am forever grateful for what you did.
That's my mom's name.
Boom! Got him!
Prisoners. Why did she never mention it to me?
What do you want to talk about this place?
I wonder if the twist of the game is going to be that I was being born with the purpose of most likely being fed as a thing into the machine. Am I going to fulfill my prophecy? Dear Schlauer, I am forever grateful for what you did for me. He looks exactly how I remember him. I was terrified when I realized that I was starting to forget him, but now, thanks to you, I don't have to worry anymore. He'll always be with me. I'm writing this to you because I know you don't like to talk about it, but I hope one day you'll also get to experience what it means to be a mother. These brief moments that we share with our children make up the suffering we go through worthwhile. I am praying to any god that is listening that they bless you with a child. Boom! Full circle, I'm reading it, Chopborn, let's go! So it's not my mother's cell, but my mother's presence is here. And so, with the prison cell business behind us and a punch card that has not been used, we made our way to the elusive elevator, sliding it in. It went cheeky green, and the door opened.
I'm glad that's over.
Yeah, me too.
Tree. It looks familiar.
Yeah, it's a life tree. Boop. Going down. I never know where to look on these kind of cylindrical elevators. Ooh.
This is it? This is what they were denied? The right to meet their own children? You know what? I've tried to be brave, but this is too much for me. Call for me when you're out of there.
Dang. That's all I'm gonna say about this. Dang. Good behavior, and you can spend an evening with your child. The farm. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 8. 8 babies could be contained. Instructions concerning the selection of children in the Carvell Ba intelligence program. Children involved in the program must pass a rigorous selection process. As a first step, children with Aryan traits should be identified. They will be passed to real German families, or once the program is underway, to the colonists. The remaining children should, by the time they are 5 years old at the least, be split into 3 groups. A. Those with above average intelligence as measured on the DISC Dutch intelligence subject to programming. B. Those with normal intelligence prepared for field labor or factory work, or those, C. Those in a manner, wow, I don't like that word, placed in the T4 program. Note, point C does not apply to autistic children. They are difficult to manage, but score impressively in testing. It's a farm, it's a reproduction farm. I mean, I guess, you know, part of the Fallout bunker is to repopulate the world afterwards. But still, dang. Dang! The music is a bit sorrowful just now. Another letter. To Oberdunstelster, Max Pitter, acting civilian commandant of Gesellschaft Shelter, I wish to inform you that Ulrika Haas, one of the educators, has grown louder in expressing her discontent with the conditions at our school. She feels that cozy, envious, exquisite food, learning through play, frequent physical activity, ample leisure time, and state-of-the-art medical care should not be wasted on Slavic swine. She complains that her own children, Aryans who can trace their heritage back at least 7 generations, live much more modestly and without such extensive pedagogical aids. Furthermore, their education is frequently interrupted by the need to take shelter from enemy bombing raids. Dr. Hasfosh, okay, what's this letter asking for? You're just moaning. Okay. The inner sanctum. The earth tree that we seen in the elevator. Lady! Iwa! Iwa!
I think this is the way out.
From the looks of it, the control room should be just beyond the dam.
But wait, I got double doors. Not Roloff gang. Ooh, that's not at all creepy. They're bottles, but they look like kind of people, torsos with missing heads.
There was a merry-go-round like that near my house. My mom never let me play on it.
If you want, we can come back here later.
No, that's okay.
Indeed, do you want to come play in the babe bitter? We can play all day. I'm gonna go play. If I can get in there, I'm gonna go play. Bloop.
A classroom?
Shaw?
Isn't that the book you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, that's the one. It's weird that they had it here.
I guess the playground is closed for today. The door is missing. Let us leave. So, we've got a control room on this side. And a fuse panel.
Yes.
Could you open the door for me like you did before?
Are you sure you want me to do that? Knowing this place, it can be anything good.
Yes, please.
Yes, I do.
Okay, then.
And again, like, she's a machine. I'm asking if she could open the door. I'm not telling her. I'm not trying to do it. You remember the thing earlier?
What is this?
They were inseminating women here. It's horrible. I knew coming in here was a bad idea.
It's a baby making room. I hate the sound of buzzing. You may not be hearing it too much during the conversations. I edit it out whenever I have an opportunity to. But just that bzzz sound is like, oh, I hate it. I hate it. All right, let's go. Let's take the Rottle Gang bridge. Let's skedaddle.
It's never easy, is it? You'll have to find a way around.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. There's a ladder. We're fine. Is this where the bacteria monster's going to appear and the boss fight of the mutant baby bitters?
Well, place.
We'll activate. Oh, snap.
I grew up here.
Didn't you say that you grew up in the village in the mountains?
Are we not in the mountains?
And you thought this was it?
Szymon, this isn't funny. What is going on here?
I don't know.
You didn't grow up in the mountains. You grew up under the mountain, dum-dum. The ski lodge, the kind of alpine buildings, the beaches, like... You're not... She isn't lying. She did grow up, but, like... There's a face in that tree. It's just... It's like growing up inside Disneyland. Got all the different biomes of Disneyland, but it's not real. But if that's all you ever knew... That tree's terrifying. Why is there a face in the tree?
Are you sure this is the place?
It is. At least I think it is. I don't know what to believe anymore.
You're the older one here. Oh, mighty Velis. Old Mrs. Planisnik begrudged your sacrifice. I heard her say it. Told her husband he was a fool to give you meat. Why not old bread if we got to give someone... Why just moaning about giving food to people? How dare you give food?
And what's here?
This is where we used to gather. My father performed rituals at that altar.
It kind of feels strange. Like, this doesn't feel Nazi in nature in the slightest.
They were preparing a ritual for a successful journey.
So they left without you?
It looks like they didn't finish the ceremony. It's missing some offerings. Without them, their journey won't be successful.
Do you want me to finish the ceremony? That's what they get for leaving you behind.
That's what they get for leaving you behind.
Yeah, I guess. It just doesn't feel right leaving it like this.
Mini games!
I can finish the ceremony if you want. What do we need?
2 things. An animal offering and a sacred item. What should we start with?
Let's start with an animal offering. Where can we find something like that?
We have to get creative.
I could try to catch a rat.
I don't think that will be necessary. I have an idea. Go behind the stage. There's a workshop there.
And we will find...
Behind the stage.
Sort of.
What stage? Is that a stage? I guess that's a stage.
There, in that bucket.
Are you sure this will work?
Don't worry. It's just about symbolism. Let's
Hooray!
look for that sacred item. Go to the bedrooms, you'll find it there.
Oh, let's get some sacred action from the bedrooms.
All the children grew up, and because of the radiation, no new ones were born. The youngest was Antek. When he turned 12, he became an adult. They shaved his head and put all the toys in one place for future children.
Who's...
There, in that bucket.
Yeah, I've done the bucket. Who's Antek? Yeah. Shaved heads? Yeah. To the bedrooms. I feel like the game may have broken just now, but we shall continue all of the same. Hey, what's a goat's favorite car? A Lamborghini. Ah,
I can't find it.
I guess we'll have to find something else instead.
There's a ring.
Yes, that could work. You just have to bless it, but that's not going to be difficult. It looks like we have everything. We can go back to the altar now.
For a second, I thought I was going to have to get it blessed.
Put the offerings in the bowls.
Bump.
Now bless the items, and the ritual will be complete.
How do I do that?
Just say a few words. Something profound. The gods like that.
How about... No matter how dark the night, the new day's sun will rise.
Yeah, that works. I think we did it. Their journey should be successful now.
Hooray!
Wherever they went.
Goat ring saves the day. So people running away 50,000 miles later, they're surrounded by hyenas, like, this is it, we're done for. Then all of a sudden, gold rays come from the sky.
A blessing has been made.
When all the hyenas die, it's like, wow, I guess that blessing we didn't finish back in the old lab. Somebody must have finished it for us. Thank you very much. And then away they went.
I'm glad that we finished the ritual.
Me too.
Their journey should be safe now.
Yep, no hyenas.
Maybe ours will be too.
We going somewhere? Because you know what? I don't think you are. Love the colors.
And what's here?
Something isn't right about this place.
What do you mean?
I just don't remember being here.
Wow, we have sexy time beds.
The tree.
It's the same as the one in your mom's drawings. That's Lucian, the man you're looking for. And there's Dominica. They look like they were friends.
She changed.
He definitely got older. Oh, that is one cute baby.
Paige, the missing photo. My photo! My photo! Put my photo in the frame.
Your photo fits the empty space, but that doesn't make any sense. It would mean that the baby is you?
What? I'm not Anakin, baby. I'm the chosen one. Mommy changed my name to protect my identity as she escaped from this horrible place. Escape away she did.
I can't imagine what you're going through learning that Lucian is your father.
He will never be my father. And I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
Wow. Yeah, we called this revelation freaking ages ago.
Your father's, Lucian's study.
I mean, he is my father. You can call him father. Oh, there's a machine under this. The core's missing.
My dear friends. No, that's not it. Bracia I siostry. Yes, much better. Bracia I siostry. Recently, there have been many events that have left us at a loss for words. Things that lack any rational explanation. Recoveries from illness that seemed impossible. The appearance of farm animals that were thought to be extinct. I have long believed that someone has been watching over us. Still, I was afraid to share my thoughts. That is...
Until now.
Lucian!
Fate has brought us here, to the land of Veles, the Slavic god of water and the underworld.
Lucian, obiad.
Give me a moment, please. You know, I get nervous before these things.
I'm sorry, just hurry up, it's getting cold.
Yeah, he went full religious. It's like 1/3 of all food must go to Sky Candy because Sky Candy is mighty. Yes, without Sky Candy, we would not have brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, we do not know when we shall leave this bunker. We must fend for ourselves, and it warms my heart to see the spirit of camaraderie among us each and every day. Yet events have transpired that are hard to explain rationally. Lorenk Polivincidera found a new tunic when his old one could no longer be patched up. Zambachuala found a new hoe after her hoe one broke, and Jedrek Polivikdorf returned to health, though we never knew what afflicted him or how to cure it. The list goes on. I have the feeling that someone is watching over us, and recently he has given us a sign. Fate's tangled path has brought us to the kingdom of Veles, the Slavic god of the waters, of the underworld, yet also a song of poetry. I fear that it is he who is behind all of these marvels. He is giving us signs so that we will believe. Let us elect an altar and statue to worship him so that we may win his favor and his aid. Is this how religion works? Something's happening. Can't explain it. It is the god of Pepsi. Let's build a Pepsi tower to please the Pepsi gods, and then more good things will happen. Yep, fine. You do you, boo. If it makes you happy, then that's great. As long as nobody's getting hurt, that's fine. That's fine. You do you, boo. Jumping down. Tally up. Hadouken. So we were trying to get to the control room. Do we have to?
I don't think I want to. Let's just focus on our goal. The control room should be close.
Sure.
Yeah, I just want to get to the control room at this point.
As far as I remember.
Where did they all go?
They must have left just before you got here.
How convenient.
You're telling the truth.
Okay, a shrine. Lovely, lovely. Got up a bit aggressively there.
You grew up here, underground. Do you remember the world outside?
Sure I do. Before the bombs hit, I had a normal life on the surface.
Before the bombs hit? Wasn't that like 20 years ago? That doesn't make any sense.
Yep, doesn't make any sense because she's not making sense. She's telling a history that she's been programmed to tell you because she doesn't have a real one. Her sense of reality is skewed by the Mickey Mouse nature of this complex. And God, how are we gonna get out of here? We are so far down the rabbit hole just now.
Is this the right path?
I don't know.
Helpful.
I don't want to be here anymore.
It can't be much further.
I feel it's a trap.
I don't know how.
My face, it burns! Oh. Ella!
Your name's on the grave. What's going on here?
I don't remember. I don't want to remember.
Fernanda? That's his name. You're his daughter.
Stop it. I don't want to hear it. You should never have come here.
But you wanted me to help you.
You can't help me. No one can. This place was built on lies and death. There's only pain here. I'm not going to suffer anymore. I'm shutting it down. It's over. You hear me? It's over.
Eva, if he's your father, then I will save you, sis. Whether you want me to or not.
She's dead! Sister, she dead! This is her grave! I assume grave. And then there's the pipes. Like, dig it up and there's a body bag under there with all the gibbons stabbed into it. So, yeah, she, like, brought us here and now she's like, I don't want this! But this is literally what you asked for. Yeah, but I don't want it! I'm just gonna turn everything off and then close my eyes and wait for it all to go away. Sure, that's gonna help, sis. That's good. So you're my sister. I was asking what the plot twist is gonna be, because the one that we thought was too obvious. She's my sister. We've gone full Luke Skywalker on her. And so as we climbed up the final stairwell, making it to the top of the tower, we had a window. Peeking inside. I got a jump scare. The next window. Nope. Lockdown is in full motion right now. I'm gonna have to go a lot faster if I'm gonna get ahead of this. Oh, we've made it to the roof of whatever this is. The ceiling of the cave looks really nice. Oh no, big tubes, elevator tubes. Going down! Is it gonna plummet? Oh, it's creaking. Get inside of it before bad things happen. Hop, 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 hop. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Don't die, die, die. Where are you, Eva? Oh, no. Anatomy. How very dare they? Here we go. Mainframes. Computers. Sad baby music. We're starting Last Fairy Reports, 1967. Roleplay.
I have the pin, so we'll be together. I made sure of that. But I can't shake the feeling that I'm forgetting something. Stop. The faithful need not be afraid. The faithful are protected. It's cause and effect. Cause and effect. As for the others, we must hope for the best and prepare for the worst. If anything happens, just remember to monitor their heart rates. There's no need for anything drastic.
Main control room. Enabling Overwatch mode successful. Scanning for weapons, threat level low. Audio. Enabling detections.
Welcome to our humble home. My heart rejoices to see us all together as sisters and brothers. You were all summoned here to proclaim your allegiance to the gods. That was the agreement. And you have stood by your word. We who have been blessed by the gods will prove the power of our faith to the doubtful
Scanning for Dominic. Colonist not detected. Threat level moderate. Performing a security scan for the guard. Alert! Alert! Switch to overview. Enable audio.
You damn fools! Zostaw mnie! Zostaw mnie! Kurwa! You haven't the slightest idea! You will feel the wrath of the gods!
Keyword detected, Wrath of Gods. Voice command recognized. Emergency sedative releases activated. Sedative levels increasing. Warning! High risk of lethal dose. Low to medium emergency sedative. Risk of lethal dose, medium to low. I killed everybody! I killed everybody! Malfunction. Medical clinic malfunction. Ventilation system malfunction. Sedation level high. I sedated the entire complex, maybe. Rebooting system. Unauthorized presence detected in buffer zone. Threat level critical. Possible damage to main core. System reboot in progress. System reboot complete. Unauthorized presence detected. Colonist identification. Colonist identified. Critical. Lockdown successful. Colonist Dominica isolated in buffer zone.
This is it for me, huh? Do what you want. I refuse to be part of your twisted little fantasy any longer.
Warning, multiple deaths detected on upper floor. Cardiac arrest. Enabling judiciary modes. The suspect gets locked down. The suspect gets exposed to lethal amounts of sedatives. Isolation. Lock her down. View room map.
The unfaithful are no more. They brought the wrath of the gods upon themselves. Do you understand? They are to blame. But we're still together. Everyone who matters is alright. What happened to her?
He thinks I'm a god, basically. I'm the one that's making things happen. You mean the machine. And he's attributing that to an act of God. Okay, so what happened to her? Well, I didn't kill her. I thought there was enough death already happening today. So we locked her down. How long she's been in lockdown for, though? Have to wait and see, I suppose, won't we? Maybe she's gone a bit mental. I'm only 12 years old. Remember that, I'm only 12 years old. Home, please. Oop. Door didn't close fully. Is that a problem? Oh no. I got a bad feeling, everybody. I got a bad feeling. Backup generator status offline. Host disconnected. Do I push things first? Or do I have a look first? Let's have a little look. Tanks. That looks kind of important in there. Not going to lie. That's powered down. Right. Turn it on! Oh, generator powering up. Backup generators on. Available options. Open doors. Yes, open the... Yes. Go! I'm not giving up on you, sis! I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna get to you and then have a little cold talk. Here we go, coming. Hot dang, I love mechanical blue things. Looks very, very science fiction, doesn't it? Of course it does. Wow. Okay. We got 3 paths. Each one leads to a brand new adventure. The AI lab, okay? Hadouken, overriding the doors. So this is the brains of Iwa. And I'm here to poke your brain. Again, I'm 12 years old. I'm very clever sausage for 12 years old. Empty drawer, though. Always gonna get me. Sister darling, how are you? Wow, you look absolutely divided. Have you been working out? You. There's a note over here. The Nazi neurological research team sought to transfer information between the hippocampal neuron that's responsible for memory and spatial perception. Previously, 3 methods for achieving this were known. The Nazi team, however, discovered a 4th via the jumping of electrical impulses. They experimented on human hippocampal cross-sections and found that low-level vibration can generate magnetic poles, which in turn activates neighboring cells. Neurons thus may communicate without electrical symphonatic transmit. Science talk! This was the foundation of how they handled the communications between the 2 biocomponents. The 2 most durable hosts were connected between March 1945 and August 47. They lasted longer and were more efficient than any other pair of biocompartments. The Nazis never made the connection as to why they functioned better than any previous hosts. The host names were Alec Skulukjus and Mikkel Skulukjus. Siblings! So wait, the only way to save my sister, or rather to make her life... Hey, tree. There's a tree down there, I think. The only way to make her live longer or be happy is to put my brain in a jar. You know what? Futurama made it look kind of awesome. Not really against the idea at this point. Nothing else worth living for, is there?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Eva. Happy birthday to you. I've got a present for you. This is your little brother. You'll never be alone again. We just have to give him some time before he's big enough to join you. What do you mean you don't want him to?
Who are you talking to?
I'm just talking to a sweet little boy. I can't get enough of him.
He wanted me to join her. But where?
Grab the brain scoop! Throughout this game, my boy has reacted to many things, but seeing a brain in a jar, and the boy's speechless. Of course. We're gonna try out some of those other rooms. The next room, the Alchemy Lab. Hadouken. So what's the Alchemy Lab gonna be doing? Is this like where photosynthesis happens? I don't know, I'm trying to sound all smart all of a sudden.
So this is where you spend all of your time?
Dominica?
I came to talk.
Not right now.
I know we haven't seen eye to eye for a very long time, but I wanted to put our differences aside and come here to extend my condolences.
Thank you. But I have to get back to work.
That's the other thing I wanted to talk to you about. People at the processing plant are worried. No one's seen you since the funeral.
I've been busy. As I said, I need to get back to work.
I understand that's how you operate, but this obsession, it's not healthy.
Wait. The plant isn't overloading the system, is it?
No. Everything's working fine. People are calling it a miracle.
Good.
I can't imagine what it's like to lose a child.
Dominica, I don't have time for it.
Time for what? Grieving the death of your daughter?
You don't understand. I can still do something.
She's gone, Lucian. You can't bring her back. There's not going to be a second miracle.
About that.
Wait and see.
So... he faked her death?
So wait, I don't think he menacingly killed her to use her as an experiment. Potentially, she did actually die, and he's like, hang on, I can make you live forever. I didn't mean this for you, but I can make you live as a computer. Bloop. And then like beep, boop, beep, done. It's like, but wait a second, you'll live longer if I give you a brother. Quick, to the sexatorium. Drugs used by the Nazis have beneficial results on the host when, and I cannot stress enough how important this is, used correctly. Any alteration to the formula, however slight, could be fatal. Found the side effects to be particularly useful, especially considering the current situation among the colonists. There may come a point at which we will need to defend ourselves. It's gas formula, it's how to kill people, basically. Okay, well, there's nothing else for us in here, apparently. To the final room. Doors overloaded. Energy levels too high. Oh, I gotta close the door. Overload. Uh-oh. I can't turn it off. Okay, do I go down then? I guess I go down. I sure do hope this isn't one of those, like, you can only pick 2 out of the 3 doors and that defines a special ending for you or something. That opens still. Not at all creepy. Slide up on there. Slide yourself in. It's like a giant MRI scanner, maybe. Chapter 17, Acceptance. With nothing to lose, no way to turn back, quite literally, we pushed on into the unknown. My sister was a brain in a jar, and there's a big old earth tree up ahead, and dang, that visually looks stunning. Now, I need to make a decision. Was I going to be joining her in the pursuit of being an earth tree? Or was I going to burn this place down to the ground and release her forever? I don't know. Have to wait and see, I suppose. Wait and see. Looking at it from this distance, it looks like a page out of a concept art book for, like, aliens or something like that. Just a bit more botanical. A table with something on it. It's time. It was fate that brought us to this place, and it is fate that now leads us away. We leave tomorrow in search of another place that we can call home. We mistook this place for paradise. We now know that it was never meant to be a paradise, but it could be yours. I know you will come here, if not in a year, then perhaps in 5, and if not in 5, then in 10. But you will come here. You cannot avoid it. It may seem cruel, but the gods have a plan for us all. You can try to run from your destiny, but it will catch up with you in the end. You will come here, and you will have a chance to make everything right. You know what needs to be done, Szymon. Lucian. Burn it to the ground! So they just left everything. Left my sister in a perilous state like this. But they left me a boat to play with. Amazing stuff. I sure hope I don't have to do that for every stroke. Howdy ho! What's beneath the surface? Here we get it. Just keep going. Just keep it going. Keep it going there. I mean, what should I do, fam? What should I do? Is the game going to give me an option to join my sister or to kill my sister? What should I do? What point would there be joining her? This facility's empty. Its purpose null and voided. There's nothing for the future here.
Szymon. Do you want me to read something to you?
No. The light is hurting my eyes today. Open the drawer for me, would you? I got upset when you found that. I shouldn't have.
It's okay, Mom.
I hope he forgives me.
Hope who forgives you?
When he sees what a smart, brave young man you turned out to be.
Mom, what are you talking about? Forgive you for what?
Forgive me for taking you away from him.
Mom, I don't understand. Why are you telling me this?
She took you away from him.
It's not your fault. You did what you had to.
And she educated you far more than she had to. And that's going to make the incoming decision all the more difficult. By the way, how do you know where to go? I mean, I assume we're just aiming for the giant tree. Ah, I can see it already. I can see it coming up. There's 2 kind of pods. 2 chambers, as it were. The ending is afoot. Well, well, well. Time for a family reunion. There she is, my sister. I mean, minus the brain, it's in a jar somewhere else. And then there's a pod ready for me.
I bet this isn't how you imagined you'd find me. Everything came back to me when you found that grave. like a flood. To think I was keeping the truth from myself for all that time. It's amazing what the human mind is capable of.
Eva, you're alive.
I am.
That's good.
At this point, I don't really know, Szymon. What I do know is that I was really upset when I told you to leave. Now I'm glad you didn't listen.
There are so many things I want to...
I'm tired, Szymon. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I think I'd like to go.
What do you mean?
I want you to unplug me.
Eva... Why?
Szymon, I don't even understand what I am anymore.
You're my sister!
You're my sister.
I always wanted to have a sibling. I'm glad I can call you brother. Thank you for saying that. You know, I tried to forgive him for leaving me here, but I can't. Do you think that makes me a bad person? Tell me, what kind of father condemns his own daughter to oblivion?
I'm not sure what to say.
Lucian faked your death to save you. Lucian wants to sacrifice me.
Lucian wanted to sacrifice my life to save you. That's how much he loved you.
I'm glad he didn't. I'd rather have a brother in the end.
Lucian lied about your death to save you.
And you think it was justified?
I think he loved you as a father more than anything else.
Szymon, that's really a lot to take in. I don't know what to do with it. How do you imagine my life here will look, huh? You think I'll be able to go outside, see the sunshine? What happens if there's a power outage and I'm all alone? Or if someone comes and tries to take this place and use it? You think I'll be strong enough to defend myself?
You're stronger than you think. Eva, tell me, what will happen to you if I agree?
Well, that depends on what you believe happens when someone dies. What do you think?
You meet the people who died before you. Nothing. There's nothing out there. I don't know.
You will meet all the people who died before you.
That doesn't sound too bad, does it? I think you're ready.
Ready for what?
To make the decision. I want you to know that I'll accept your decision no matter what it is.
I will unplug you. I won't unplug you. I will unplug. She requested to be unplugged. I don't know, and I'm so scared the game's going to decide for me. I'm going to leave it there, but I'm not clicking, right? I giggled because, like, we've been through all this time, like 12 years of my life, never having a sister, never knowing really anything out there, being alone. Mother dies, and then I come to this complex, and I find this person. I'm like, yes, I'm going to make my life about being with you. And then, like, what? You're my sister? That's amazing. I have so many questions. I want to die. Excuse me? Kill me now! I've just met you. Could we not talk for a couple of weeks first and then have this death discussion? Nope, now is the time. Now is all we've seen the time. It's death o'clock. I wonder if I had not read the notes that said about being family and stuff, if my conversation right now would be different. And any missed messages along the way, how that might have changed this outcome even further than I'm currently presented. She wants to be unplugged. She doesn't feel there's a life for her. She's scared about what will happen if people come. I don't know. I'm 12 years old. Why am I deciding? I want to respect her wishes. At the same time, I don't think she truly knows what she wants in this state. I mean, just a moment ago, she got angry at me and told me to go away. And then she's like, I'm so glad you didn't go away. I didn't mean what I said. What's to stop her saying, like, kill me now? I'm so glad you didn't kill me. I wasn't thinking straight. So I'm gonna go no on the unplug for now. There's always the opportunity to unplug you in the future if you are very naughty. You're my sister. I love you unconditionally. I sure hope this doesn't mean I'm climbing in a tube and getting my brain scooped out, but we'll see what happens. But, I haven't got a life worth living for. It's you or bust, so, I choose you.
I can't do that to you.
I guess it's too much to ask of you. But I want you to know that I respect your decision. It's a relief to know my fate is settled. But that leaves us with you. What are you going to do?
I'm thinking about staying here.
I want to stay here. What do you think?
You know what they say. Two's company, three's a crowd. I'm glad I won't be here all by myself. We might try to do some good around here together. So, what's your final decision, Szymon?
If I say I'm staying, it should have in brackets there, get in the tube and get the brain scooped. If I'm leaving, then I guess she kind of opens a magical elevator that takes me to the surface. But I go to the surface, it's snowy, my dad's out there somewhere, but he's a douchebag, don't care about him particularly. Nuclear fallout? I'm 12 years old again. I shouldn't be making these type of high-level decisions in my life. How when I was 12, I was playing with Lego, eating Twixes, watching some man jump around a weather map on the TV, and falling into the water sometimes. If I stay here, there's a potential together we could because we can control the facility, we can make things that could maybe help the world in the future. But let's not forget Nazis. They're all dead at this point. Yes, but I'm staying, everybody. Let's go.
I will stay here.
Good. I never liked saying goodbye.
It's difficult saying goodbye. I said, get in the tube. Warm up the brain scoop. Yep. And so, as I took off my shoes, because you don't want to get mud inside your death tube, I slid inside. So what happens now? On the surface, the nuclear winter carried on. Oh, that's a wrecked train we can see there. Oh, it's turning green. As the years went by and the seasons changed, the Earth healed itself once again. And as the nuclear levels deteriorated and faded away, life returned to the Nazi mountain. Life finds a way. Is that the happy ending? Oh, there you go. That was Paradise Lost. I don't quite get the name. Did we lose Paradise? Because I kind of feel like we made a paradise in the end there. Well, that was very nice. Going into the game, I wasn't sure really what to expect, and I vocalized that. Is this a horror game? Is it a spooky game? Is there going to be people I'm going to encounter and stuff? The world's design was gorgeous. Audio's really, really good as well. Puzzles, very kind of minimalistic. There's only a couple of times they got turned around, and that was more to do with them hiding the way to go in shadow, more so than kind of like, I don't understand the puzzle. It is, in every way, a walking simulator with some moral decisions to be made. What happens next? Don't exactly know. Is the world in danger of the new brother and sister dynamic duo Nazi bunker simulator? Don't know. I'm gonna leave that there. But that's just my thoughts and opinions. How about yours? What did you think about this? Did you enjoy the story? Did you enjoy the ending? Did you agree with my decisions, or did you have some opinions of your own? Please let me know down below. I would love to have a conversation about this. Anyway, that's it. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye, everybody. Bye.